5 games left to play. 5 games to save our Premier League status. We're going to have 2 of them in today's episode. West Brom currently in 16th place. West Ham currently in 14th place. It is going to be a very big episode, and we've still got to play Newcastle, who I think are down in 19th or 20th. Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport. Today then, it's a big day. It's a very big day. West Brom and West Ham will be our opponents. We have played 2 further matches in between episodes, and we've won another one. We beat Fulham thanks to a 90th minute Javier Leao winner after coming off the bench, and then we played Arsenal and got absolutely spanked. And part of the reason was because our number 1 goalkeeper was injured, and we already know that our number 1 goalkeeper isn't even good enough for us. So yeah, there's a reason why we got spanked by Arsenal. We do find ourselves sat 17th place in the table, 2 points ahead of relegation threatened Norwich. Southampton and Newcastle round off the bottom 3, but we have, like I said, we have West Brom today. 3 points against West Brom will put us on to 32 points, which could potentially move us up all the way to 14th place in the table. We also have West Ham. If we can beat both West Brom and West Ham, we will go on to 35 points, and we could effectively just get rid of ourselves from this little relegation scrap. It's going to be a big episode. Let's go forward, play the first match. Actually, no, we won't. We'll have a look at this quickly, because the relegation scrap literally involves 8 sides. 8 sides, and I think we've got the best run. We have 16th, 14th and 20th place sides. Yes, we do finish with table-topping Spurs, but everyone seems to have a big side. Manchester United versus Newcastle, Arsenal, Southampton, Liverpool, Norwich, Bournemouth have Arsenal, Manchester United and arguably Brighton are one of the bigger sides as well up there. West Ham have to play Man City. They've also got Brighton and Wolves. Leicester have to play Man City as well and Wolves. We've only got 1 top 10 side to play. Everyone else has at least 2. Bar Newcastle, actually. Newcastle only have Manchester United. So ourselves and Newcastle have the best run in. It's going to be tough. Match number 1 then. A team that we came up with last season. They actually came up through the playoffs. It's West Bromwich Albion. They're in inconsistent form, but they have won 3 of their last 5, beating Wolves, beating Sheffield United and Fulham. We have obviously won 2 of our last 5, beating Leicester and Fulham as well. So yeah, it's going to be tough. This is a must-win game. A defeat here could see Norwich overtake us if they beat Manchester United. A victory here is basically, it's not going to confirm us safety, but a victory here will put us in a very good position because we were going to be so far away from the bottom 3 at that point that we have to expect everyone else is going to slip up some points as well. West Brom are playing 3 up front. This is a worry because we do play badly against sides who play 3 at the back and 3 up front. So we are going with Karamoko Kone in goal, who returns from his injury. Lewis Gordon, Sebastian Mendes, Acuna, Bamba and Miller as our back 5. Butic and Doyle in the centre of the pitch for us, with Rourke Murray, Keith Hall and Melkonyan as our strikers. You will probably notice that Butic has a transfer arranged. He's joining permanently. We are signing Miro Butic, and he's a record transfer. Actually, he's joint record transfer. He's costing £18 million. It's a lot of money, but I think he's worth it. I think right now he's not, but this is a gamble that I do like to take on Football Managers. I'm throwing money to sign Butic in the hope that he is going to be a world-class footballer. I think he's already on his way there, so I think the money will be well spent. And if we get relegated, we're going to have a world-class footballer on our hands next season. So didn't really think that one through. We've also arranged a lot of summer transfers. So if we do go down, we will be very, very strong for the championship. So hopefully we can bounce straight back up. Bruno with a throw for West Brom. Nunes loses out. Keith Hall's going to chase it down, but he's not going to get there. Cardozo in front of me and the West Brom manager all the way back to Everson. West Ham are losing to Everton. That's good news. Nati back to Velasquez. Now Bruno on the left-hand side. West Brom coming forward. Murdoch with loads of space because Clifton Miller left him with loads of space. Gilmore into the area. Long-range effort over the bar from the former Chelsea man. Right, I'm going to change something. I'm going to definitely change something. And there's something I think is causing us problems. We're playing with attacking fullbacks, and they always seem to get behind. Not just West Brom, but every single team we play seem to get behind our fullbacks. They play really badly, so we're just going to stick them on support. Southampton have taken the lead against Sheffield United, which moves them up to 18th place in the table. Everyone else around us, I think, is still drawing. Keith Hall is going to get on the end of Drumaine Bamba's long ball forward. Keith Hall goes for goal, hits it wide of the post. Still 0-0. Norwich beating Manchester United. That's not what you want to see, is it? Norwich winning means we do drop into the relegation zone on goal difference because we have minus 34. We don't score a lot of goals, but then again, neither do Norwich. We also concede a stupid amount of goals. It's 0-0 to us. 0-0 to us in our match at half-time. Norwich winning, Southampton winning. That's not good. Leicester beating Newcastle. That's, I guess, okay. But yeah, I mean, we could do a Sheffield United and Manchester United scoring a couple of goals each. And obviously us scoring a couple of goals passionately. We've been the better side. That was rubbish. That was rubbish. Why am I doing these team talks now? Lewis Gordon's picked up a knock. That's not ideal either because Ezio Spadera is currently out injured. So Gordon's going to have to just muddle his way through. Lagabi with the ball in towards Velasquez, and Andrew Middleton has made it 1-0 to West Brom. Manchester United equalised against Norwich, and then Norwich took the lead as well. This is bad. This is real bad. Southampton as well, 2-0 up. 2-0 up against... Oh, Norwich have equalised. Manchester United have equalised, sorry. So we're not back in the relegation zone at the moment. Something needs to happen. We're just not doing anything going forward. We're going to do Melkonyan swapping over. Hall is coming off Afia Bema. We are also going to do Bamba off for Milosevic, who's not a central defender, but he's starting to become one because I'm kind of training him up to be one now. Give him a get creative. Nothing's happening. Newcastle have equalised against Leicester. That's also not ideal either because we don't want Newcastle being dragged into this. Southampton 3-0 up against Sheffield United. We are going to lose 1-0 to West Brom. West Ham losing to Everton is good news. The ball comes in. It's a penalty, isn't it? It's going to be a penalty. It's going to be 2-0. Come on, Karamoko. You've saved a penalty. You've had one hit the post against you. Do the business. Let's counter-attack. Let's get an equalising goal. Billy Gilmore steps up, blasts it into the back of the net. It's a 1-0 or 2-0 defeat, against West Bromwich Albion, and that is not what we needed at all. We've got ourselves a corner right at the death. It's almost in from, I don't even know who that was. It was Milosevic, apparently. It's over the bar, though. It's going to be 2-0. The full-time whistle goes, and that is a 6-pointer lost against West Brom. The last 4 games of the season are going to be very, very tough. And it's made even more annoying by the fact that Southampton beat Sheffield United 3-0. I don't know what went on there. Manchester United in the 97th minute scoring a winner against Norwich. So that has helped us out massively, but it's still all to play for. Even Newcastle can still stay up. We just need to get as many points on the board as we possibly can. West Ham are up next. West Ham have just lost 3-0 against Everton, so maybe they can do that again. That would be nice if we beat someone 3-0. I've just been given the news that Keith Hall hasn't scored a goal, oh my word, since the 20th of January. Right, so you're going to get a talking to. Where is it? A one player, there you go. Recent form. Assertively, you haven't been scoring. Also, we're going to say the same to Fia Bema because he hasn't scored a goal in absolutely forever as well. You haven't been scoring many, you're right. Good. Well, there's no break for us then. Straight into match number 2. West Ham United, who are on very bad form, woeful form, losing without even scoring any goals in their last 5. Have we even scored? We have, of course we have. We've actually won some games in our last 5. So we need to take advantage of West Ham's poor form. We are away from home. They've just lost 3-0 away from home against Everton. Sorry, at home against Everton. So hopefully we can carry that on. We also need to keep an eye on Watford versus Southampton, Norwich versus Fulham. I guess even Newcastle we need to keep an eye on. But let's be honest, West Brom, if they can win that, that would probably do us a massive favour. We've gone for a change as well. We are going back to the 4-1-2-3 DM wide gegenpress formation that basically got us all the way up to the Premier League. So it's going to be Kone in goal, Lewis Gordon, Mendes, Acuna and Miller as our back 4, with Hargreaves, Doyle and Butic in the middle, Keith Hall and Rourke Murray on the wings. Melkonyan will be playing as the lone striker today. Keith Hall needs to score some goals. Melkonyan needs to score some goals. Rourke Murray needs to actually turn up and play some football. So right, passionately, come on, just end the poor run of form. It's not worked. Passionately, I've got faith. That worked. Good, good, good. Come on, we can do this. West Ham United versus Southport at the London Stadium. We have to get 3 points. And we've got to keep an eye on the bottom of the table and hope that Southampton, who seem to be the draw specialists, they've got 14 draws. We are the defeat specialists, by the way, as we seem to lose pretty much every other match we play. Amberg in the area for West Ham, hits the first man. Rourke Murray has the ball. Can he get it upfield and find our striker? Melkonyan, the Armenian, has it across right-hand side, finds Clifton Miller. Doyle, lovely control into the penalty area. Doyle goes for the opposite corner, doesn't get enough power on it, and Dahlberg easily holds on. Throw for Clifton Miller. Keith Hall controls. Going to go back. Hargreaves, the former Everton man, who signed a permanent deal in the summer for £1.1 million. Questionable ball. Mendes back to Kone. Lumps it upfield. That's finally what we actually wanted to do. Doyle does somehow get the ball. Not sure how he's done it. All the way back to the keeper again. This is a cock-up. There is a cock-up happening at some point in this highlight. Butic heads down. Doyle doesn't get there. This is just the worst football I have seen. Amateur football that's been better than this. This is just awful. Kevin Mababu on the right-hand side. He's got an option in front of him. Pavon has the ball. Inside to Fine. Gets round two players. Gordon with a great slide tackle, but Kevin Mababu now has the chance to cross it in. He does. Front post block from Mendes. It's going to be a corner from West Ham. That highlight was absolutely appalling from both sides until the end. Madison steps up for the corner. Front post header clear, and Doyle can get the ball clear further for us. Hopefully he can just play it on the ground to find Clifton Miller. Miller can run forward. The highlight just ends. It's all go. It is all go. Butic's corner comes in. Mendes is there, and the Uruguayan's headed effort goes over the bar. We are looking good. We are actually looking good. I know we've had 5 shots on target and haven't actually scored a goal, but we're looking good. Manchester United beating Bournemouth as well is good news for us. James Maddison with the ball to Adrien Rabiot, edge of the penalty area. Steal the ball away, please. Maddison once again makes some space. Rabiot this time finds Johnny Otto, the former Wolves man. Runs into the penalty area, plays it back to Rabiot. Rabiot loses out to Butic, but still manages to find Otto. Mendes' head clear isn't the best, and on the volley from Pavon just goes wide and or over. We're having chances, but West Ham are having them on camera, which is a worry. They've also had another chance from Adrien Rabiot, but it goes over the bar. Let's give him a get creative. We're doing stuff. Stuff's happening. We've got a corner. Butic's corner. Mendes is there. He's hit the bar, and Edmondson has just blasted that into the back of his own net. We are 1-0 up against West Ham. I will take it. I will take every single goal that the opposition wants to score for us. Every single goal. We are 1-0 up. We're up to 15th place if it stays this way. Half time, we are 1-0 to the good. Other teams in and around us then. Bournemouth are losing to Manchester United. Norwich losing to Fulham. Who else have we got? West Brom are beating Newcastle, which I guess is probably fine. Watford versus Southampton is 0-0, and obviously we are beating West Ham. Right, we're going to give Rourke Murray an individual team talk if I'm not happy with you, because he's the only one who's really struggling out there. We have kept him on, but we will look at probably substituting him in the very near future. Melkonyan crosses in. Rourke Murray's there. He's hit the underside of the bar. That was the chance to redeem yourself, Rourke, and you've missed it. Approaching the hour mark, and Bournemouth are 5-0 down against Manchester United. We're going to watch this highlight before we do a sub. Adrien Rabiot plays it all the way back to the halfway line. They're going to play it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Come on. Come on, close him down. Dahlberg with the ball on the ground. Doesn't find a player. Rourke Murray's stolen it away. This has to be a goal. Melkonyan wants it. Murray's going to go himself. Of course he goes himself, because he's the greediest human on the planet and cannot score a goal to save his life. We win ourselves a corner. Butic's corner comes in. It's Acuna. Doesn't manage to get his shot away. West Ham can clear their lines. Rourke Murray should have scored twice, maybe. Possibly even 3 times so far in this match. He's coming off. Fiabema coming on. Do we do anything else? I don't think we do anything else. We just stick with this. It's working. It's clearly working. We've had 13 shots, 8 on target. 7 of them were Rourke Murray, however. Newcastle have equalised against West Brom. 15 minutes left. Maddison to Johnny Otto. Crosses it in. It's a header clear. Gordon to Fiabema. Fiabema's flicked head does find Melkonyan. Now the Armenian can run. He's got Fiabema. That is a straight red card for Kevin Mababu if I've ever seen one. They are down to 10 men. This is our game to win. This is our game to win. Get creative. Let's try and get ourselves a second goal. Get it comfortable. Final 5 minutes. Man City have pulled one back against Leicester. Moise Keane with a goal. Miller crosses in. Back post is Fiabema. He's not going to get there. Southampton have taken the lead against Watford. That's not great. Gordon with it. Lewis Gordon across. Finds Doyle. Through to Fiabema. Takes a few touches. tries to play it through to Butic and can't manage it, and now West Ham can possibly break. Just somebody go through the back of him, make it 10 men aside. Just somebody go through the back of him. Ashcroft is still going. Hargreaves has got the ball away. Keith Hall has collected it as well. Go on, Keith. Down that right-hand side. He's coming into the middle. Melkonyan across. Doyle plays it to Fiabema. Oh, my word. Doyle, you should have just went for it yourself. Instead, he played it to Fiabema, who was offside. I do not like the look of that league table. I do not like the look of that at all. There is 1 point separating 4 sides. We've picked up 3 points against West Ham. We should have scored about 4 or 5 in that game. Pontus Dalberg getting a 7.5 rating. That is undoubtedly our best performance of the season. And I've said this before, we beat Bournemouth 3-0 previously. We should have scored 4 or 5 in that. Rock Murray needs to learn how to score goals or we're selling him in the summer. 3 games to go. 3 games left to play. We've got Newcastle next. 19th place Newcastle. Norwich have dropped to the bottom of the table. But look at how tight that is. Look at how tight that is. That is, I mean, I hate it. I actually hate how close that is. We've got Newcastle. We've then got Everton. We've got Spurs. We just need to make sure that we keep doing our job. If we can beat Newcastle, we will go on to 35 points, which I'm hoping will be enough to keep us up. But bear in mind, Bournemouth still have a game in hand. Hold on. When's Bournemouth's game in hand? So we're playing Southampton. We're playing Newcastle. And then we're playing Everton. Bournemouth still haven't played their game in hand. Their game in hand is against Arsenal. Okay, so I'm not too fussed about their game in hand then. That's fine. Next episode then will be Newcastle United. It will probably be Everton as well. And I'm hoping by the time we have to play Tottenham, who will be probably crowned champions at this point, it doesn't matter. We have to beat Newcastle. We have to try and get something against Everton. Our late season form hasn't been good, but we have picked up 9 points in the last 2 months, which is actually awful, but it's probably good enough. I'm hoping it's good enough. We're up to 15th. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with, I guess, the final episode of this season with Newcastle and Everton and maybe Spurs as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.